Caleb Drake here, Advantage Archery. A lot of talk about carbon versus the aluminum bows. In the last couple years, been a lot of movement towards carbon, so a lot of guys really ask, is it worth the extra money to have a carbon bow versus the aluminum bow? So I'm gonna give you a real quick rundown on my personal opinions, plus and minus, pros, cons of each of the bows. So start off with the carbon series. So your two front runners in the carbon world is gonna be your Hoyts and your PSE bows. So PSE knocked out of the park this year. 3.5 bare bow weight on their carbon bow. Absolutely one of the lightest bows you can pick up right now. Pros to a carbon bow is the number one thing is that weight we just talked about. When comparing the two models of the PSEs, you have your aluminum bow versus your carbon bow, talking over half-pound weight difference there. So if you're that guy that's hiking in 400 or 500 yards to a tree stand or a blind setup, weight's probably not that critical. If you're a Western hunter style guy where you're bivvying in 9-10 miles, every ounce counts. So that's where you can justify the cost of the carbon bows. Break down the performance outside of it, both bows shoot really well. So like on these PSEs, the cams, the limbs, all that, the way the power train on these is set up, it's almost identical. Both bows feel good, both bows perform well. The weight's the big difference. One thing I've personally found over the years shooting carbon bows and going back to aluminum bows, I didn't buy it at first, but everyone talks about how carbon stays warmer in the wintertime on cold hunts. It's definitely a fact. So even though you still probably got gloves on, it's still cold outside, an aluminum bow does hold that ambient temperature more and it transfers it more into your hand. So when breaking down those two, that's all on the shooter. I'd recommend shooting both bows and you have to be able to justify it. For me, it's pretty easy. I like to get in deep, I like to go in hard, so cutting weight isn't a crucial part of it. A lot of guys argue that you need to put weight on a carbon bow to have it shoot well. That's a fact. The cool thing about starting with a light thing, we can put the weight where we need it to make the bow stable and shoot just as accurate as any aluminum bow in the market. So I'd recommend test shooting both of them and you be the final decision whether or not the price gap's worth it or not. If you got any questions, come by the shop, see us, give us a call. More than welcome to come shoot the bows.